All right.
Yes, we are doing mom life real today. So I have somebody that will edit this too. So if like a kid runs in or you have a really cute sneeze, we'll get all that out of there. Don't worry. All right, I'll do just like a quick intro and then I'll run through some questions with you.
Okay.
All right, I am here with Pauline. Pauline's graduating from the Mom Restore system this week. And over the last 4 months, I've had the opportunity to get to know her and work with her and see her totally transform her life and her self-care as a mom. So Pauline, why don't you just do like a quick intro to you, your family, your kiddos?
Well, I'm Pauline, and I have a almost 2-year-old with Down syndrome, and a 17-year-old son and a 21-year-old daughter.
Yeah. And your daughter's been through a lot. You know, I think that's worth saying. She's a cancer survivor now at the age of 2.
Yes, it started with the NICU, open heart surgery, and then a year of chemo for leukemia.
Yeah, so it's been a wild ride. And I want to put that out there just because, you know, so many of the moms that I work with are in that kind of crisis, and understanding like what you've done is not because your life is any easier than anybody else's, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. So let's start like way at the very beginning. When you first reached out to me, we got connected and you were looking for some help with your health. Where were you at that point, and what led you to reach out and talk to me about making some changes?
When I reached out to you, Lord, I was very heavy, and still gaining weight, tired, like not motivated to do anything, not eating right, not exercising. Yeah, so I was just kind of like overwhelmed and like stressed. I wasn't fitting in my clothes.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. My little fat girl clothes, that I called it. I was not going up any more sizes. I wasn't going to buy them.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So,
I remember you had just kind of come out of this really hard season with your daughter too. And I remember you saying like, I just have not done anything for me. Like you completely put yourself on the back burner and didn't even know how to get started. Like,
yeah.
forward, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what was it about the Mom Restore system that seemed like, you know, despite being in such a hard spot and being in overwhelm and being tired, what was it about the Mom Restore system that actually made you feel like this was going to be doable for you?
That you could kind of like go at your own pace.
Yeah.
You know, through the modules and do it one step at a time. So it wasn't another thing that was so overwhelming.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Because if you're overwhelmed, like adding one more thing to your plate, and this is why we don't take care of ourselves, right? Because it's like, I don't have time for that. I can't do that, right? So that's awesome. So what were your goals in where you wanted to be, like and the change that you wanted to see happen at the end of the Mom Restore system?
Well, definitely kind of what I see, like everything kind of toning up and shrinking, losing the weight, and just feeling more energized. When things are stressful, that I'm just not like lingering in that, like those stressful moments.
Mm-hmm.
Like the deep breathing and like the yoga and stuff to like help kind of bring me out of those little funks to, you know, be better for my body and my mind.
Yeah.
To keep going.
Yeah. That's great. So having the tools to know how to like stay healthy going forward, getting your
Yeah.
body back to a place where you feel good, you're taking care of yourself, got energy. I love that. And you had, I remember too, you had some like aches and pains that were going on, like some back issues early on as well,
Yeah.
that I remember were a concern for you. Like I
Mhm.
have to carry my kid. I have to be able to do all this stuff. And so that was another thing that I remember talking with you. Like I just need to feel stronger and
Yes.
be able to move more, right? That's great. Okay, so going through the Mom Restore system, then what are the changes that you have actually experienced, and how has coming to the other side of this looked for you?
I definitely have a lot more energy.
Yeah,
Um, to not, feel a need to take like a nap 2 or 3 during the day.
yeah.
Um,
And how
um,
long did it take for you to start feeling that? Like, because
uh,
you had about 4 months that you went through this. Like,
I mean, probably after even like the first month, I was feeling like pretty good, because definitely the water, because there was a period in there where I was like, oh, I'm not like feeling the greatest. And it's because I was just getting busy and I wasn't drinking my water.
yeah,
And it's
yeah,
huge, crazy how much just even focusing on that like changes everything.
yeah. That's almost instant. So a month. Okay, that's awesome. So you've got better energy. What else?
Definitely stronger to, you know, she's getting bigger, and being able to like lift her without, completely just like wanting to like put her right down again. I
Mhm. Yeah.
don't have to like do that as much.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Cool. And you just sent me some photos and like with your measurements and everything, because we track measurements, not just
Yeah,
weight.
yes.
What kind of changes did you see in your body?
Um, a lot. I don't know the exact inches that I lost, but it was quite a few.
Yeah. How many you've had to like go down some clothing sizes, right? Have you changed your clothes?
Yeah. So when I first started, I was probably 2 sizes bigger than I am now, because
Yeah.
after almost 2 months in, I think it was, I could finally fit in the 12s, and now they're big on me. So,
It's
and
amazing.
I couldn't even fit in those. So I was probably 14.
Yeah. I want you to, if you've done the measurements, I want you to send that to me because I think it's really powerful. I would love to see the actual inches that have come off. It's visible, right? Like it's
Yeah.
absolutely visible looking at your photos, but I would love to have that and hear that and celebrate that with you. So that's amazing. That's amazing. And how does it feel in your body to not be carrying all of that extra and you know,
Um, it feels great. Like the knee pain that I was having in the beginning that I talked to you about, I don't really have anymore at all.
yeah.
So that's been awesome.
Yeah. Have you noticed a change like in your confidence and just how you feel about yourself as well?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. And it's not because your body is your I want to clarify that, right? Like we aren't confident because we look a certain way, but I think that there's something really powerful that happens inside of us when we are actually taking care of ourselves, that
Yeah.
regardless of, the physical changes that happen, we feel like, okay, like I'm doing the best that I can, and I'm really proud of that, and I feel good about myself, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
awesome.
Definitely taken a lot more like me time.
Yeah, yeah, that's amazing. Okay, anything else? Any other changes or any other results that you wanted to share?
I don't think so.
Okay, I just asked because sometimes there's other things that we haven't talked about yet in our coaching call. So I'll just make sure. That's awesome. Okay, so going through the program, did you have any like aha moments about, you know, we touch on really 3 different areas, like stress, nutrition, and exercise. Were there any big aha moments that you feel like have changed how you're going to approach yourself, like moving forward?
For me, nutrition was always like the hardest for me. And probably the stress management part too, because they kind of go hand in hand for me. Because when I get stressed, I reach for chocolate. And so definitely like a lot of the recipes that are in there that are healthier for you and still give you that sweet satisfaction, like some of those protein balls and stuff have helped a lot, because I'm not just like downing a bunch of Reese's.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, those were like probably my biggest like aha moments, like making sure that, you know, the protein and the fibers and all of that, and then cycling the carbs, like with your movement, because I was definitely having way too many carbs with my lack of movement.
Yeah.
Or so I think all of that's like really just like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
and
That's awesome. And do you feel like this is doable? Like everything that you've learned throughout this program is something that you can continue forward on as like your new normal?
yes.
That's amazing. And that's the goal, right? Like so many people have the idea that I'm going to go in and I'm going to just diet for a while, or like do a workout program, I'll see some results and then cool, like I can just, and that's, you know, my number one goal is it's doable, and to teach you guys so that you have like this forever way to stay healthy, because that's where it counts for us, I think, especially that we're healthy long term. So that's amazing. So one of the things that's super important to me in this program is that the moms that come in are not just getting like the program and the education and the method, but also the support through me and through the group. So were there any times that having that coaching and having that support really made a difference for you?
Yeah, it was really helpful, because you know, even on the coaching call, you have girls that are like behind where you're at and then could be further along. So you get like so much advice or questions that you really didn't think to ask that, you know, they're thinking of. Like the people that are behind you, they'll ask questions and you're like, wow, I didn't even think about that, or give you ideas. And, you know, because that's kind of like where they're at and focusing on. And it's also kind of like a reminder of like, oh yeah, I need to like remember to do that.
Yeah.
And get at that too. So I found them very helpful and like definitely enjoyed them.
Yeah, that's great. Do you think you would have been as successful going through this if you did not have coaching and did not have that ability to like check in once a week and ask questions with me?
Probably not, because it's easier to like, you know, I'm like, oh, Megan's gonna ask me, so I need to make sure I do this, so when I check in, like, you know,
Yeah.
I did
The accountability, yes, the accountability matters. And I think too, like, you know, I remember a couple of times where you were just dealing with like some emotional eating stuff, and we so quick start to spiral in our head. And like, you know, being able to, I feel like one of the most important things that I do is just being able to help ground you guys in the truth and the reality of, okay, like that's fine, it's not that big of a deal, like let's work through it and let's figure out how to move forward. Whereas when we're on our own, it's easy to really quickly get into this place like, oh, I can't do this, this is too hard for me, like I'm failing, I'm just gonna quit, right? So that's really great. That's really great. Okay, was there anything that you felt like could have been better or would have helped you to be more successful or just have a better experience going through the program?
Mm, I don't think so, honestly. I mean, it was so easy to like go through the modules, and then just everything was set up and perfect, and you had the little printouts in there, and so honestly, I feel like it was perfect. It was exactly what I needed.
Amazing. I love that. I love that. Okay, the last question I'm going to ask is, if there was a mom right now who is where you were 4 months ago, what would you, and she's, looking for something, she's trying to figure out how to move forward, what would you want to say to her about the Mom Restore system?
Do it. Because it literally changed my life. Like where I was at 4 months ago is not who I am today. Like mentally, physically, everything. Like it changed my life. It's amazing.
You make me cry. Yeah, do it. Invest in yourself, right? It's one of the greatest things that you can do. It's possible. It's possible to change your life. That's amazing. Well, I'm just so proud of you and everything that you've put in. I think you did invest in yourself, your time, your energy, and you're experiencing all the benefits. So congratulations on everything that you've done. Thanks for sharing your story.
Thank you.